यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वरिशिष्ठान्ते वसदशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वेदान्तार्थविभासकाजिगतके शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां विभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवादिराशेर्यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि राकाचन्द्रसमानकान्तिवदनानाकाधिराजस्तुता मूकानामपि कुर्वती सुरधुनीनीकाशवाग्वैभवं श्रीकाञ्चीनगरी विहाररसिका शोकापहन्त्री सताम् एका पुण्यपरम्परा पशुपते राकारिणी राजते योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरं मातामहौ मातरं च पितरं च पितामहौ मातुलं च गुरून् सर्वान् वन्देऽहं ज्ञानसिद्धये पीताम्बरं करविराजितशङ्खचक्रकौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायमतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालयेशमनिशं हृदि भावयामि गोपिकाजीवनस्मरणं गोविन्द गोविन्द जानकीकान्तस्मरणं जय जय राम राम हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव Learning in this world happens in two ways. One is positive reinforcement, the other is negative reinforcement. In the positive method, we learn by understanding what is to be done. And in the negative reinforcement method, we understand what is not to be done. If we do something, we get something that is good. That is the positive way. If you do this, you will end up with something bad, something unnecessary, is the negative method. There are these two broad methods through which we learn, whatever be the subject, whatever be the law. So these are two in life lessons usually. We commit mistakes and we learn from them. We achieve success and we learn from that also. This particular method can grant you success. This method in this particular manner might grant you failure or some mistake, and therefore you have to improve upon it and make these corrections. Similarly, on the spiritual path also, there are both methods that we have to learn. The Guru Tattva on the path of Adhyatma is a difficult concept to understand. It is thought that Guru is just an akriti, some person in some form. That is not the philosophy behind the Guru. A Guru Tattva is something that can transfer that knowledge to you, that can open up those reams of knowledge that are already within you, that can water the seed of knowledge within you and help it grow. The Guru Tattva is something that lights that lamp of Adhyatma. Adhyatma Deepam Atititirushatam Tamondham. We are in this huge darkness of ignorance and we need the light of knowledge. And whatever lights that lamp of knowledge is the Guru Tattva. The Guru Tattva cannot be anything other than that Akhanda Brahman, that limitless Brahma Vastu is the only Guru Tattva. That is why it cannot be expressed in words. And Dakshinamurti reveals it through his silence. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Param Brahma Tattvam. But all candidates, adhikaris, cannot understand that silence. And therefore, we have various acharyas and avatars of Bhagavan giving the same knowledge through various means and various methods. Those who are ripe enough get this knowledge directly from Bhagavan himself, from that limitless Guru Tattva itself. And for that Uttava Adhikari, anything in this world becomes a Guru. You are able to learn from everything. In all languages, there is a saying which says, age is not a criterion for knowledge. There is some variation of the saying. Samskrita says, Baladapi Shukadapi. You have to get knowledge, whether it is from a young child or from even the mouth of a parrot. The parrot might just be parroting something that it has heard from elsewhere. But still, if it is worth it, you have to take it from that parrot also. That is how great people learn. They keep learning from everything. So in life, it is not only learning from one's own mistakes or one's own successes. It is very important to learn from somebody else's mistake, somebody else's success, how they achieved it, and implement similar values, similar attitudes in our own journey to make our lives more fruitful. That is why we try to follow the path of Avatara Purushas, of Mahatmas, of great Gurus, so that our Adhyatma journey also is made a little easier. With this in mind, let us delve into Dashakam 93, which mainly deals with the various Gurus, 24, 25 Gurus, which were given by Avadhuta to Yadu Maharaja. This Avadhuta is just walking on the street. Yadu Maharaja, who is a great king, He looks at this Avadhuta and sees an effulgence on his face, a happiness which he has not encountered anywhere else before. He is the king, but even he is not happy. He has his own worries and responsibilities and many other things. Though he has opulent wealth, but the joy on this Avadhuta's face, who seems to have no possession at all, it is something otherworldly. Yadu almost feels jealous. How can someone be so happy? And he approaches this Avadhuta and asks him, what is the cause of your happiness? And during Avadhuta's Upadesha is when Avadhuta delineates these various gurus and how he learned from these various gurus. The Shruti, the Vedas also say, Bahubhihi Shrotavyam Bahudha Shrotavyam. The science of self-knowledge has to be learned from many people and many times. Not only over one janma, over multiple janmas, we keep learning. And that is when it ripens. And at one point, the realization happens. Bhatta 3 is comprising those teachings of Avadhuta Gita in this Dashakam, along with a few other chapters of Ekadasha Skandha. Bandhusneham vijahyam tavahi karudaya tvayubhaveshitatma sarvam tyaktva chareyam sakalamapi jagadvikshya maya vilasam nanatvad bhranti janyat sati khalu gunadosha babodhe vidhirva vyasedho va katham tau tvai nihitamatehe Vita Vaishamya Buddhehe Bandhusneham Vijahyam. We have repeatedly seen that Ahankara and Mamakara are the root cause of the problems in samsara. The feelings of the ego of I and mine, especially with close relatives and friends. Since the Ekadasha Skandha is for Paramahamsa Sannyasis, and especially for everyone, it is generally applicable for everyone, but especially for Paramahamsa Sannyasis. It says, Bandhu Sneham Vijahyam, let me let go of this attachment to my kith and kin, these close people. When you bind yourself with a set of people, you go through those sorrows and happinesses along with them. If they are happy, you are happy. If you are happy, they are happy. So it is all tied up like this with your own close circle of family and friends. The idea is to let go of this attachment and make the whole world your family. Whenever we listen, every day we see the newspaper, we see various things that are happening. Even today we hear that there is a terrorist attack somewhere. But that doesn't affect us immediately. We look at it, we say, oh, so sad. It shouldn't have happened. And you probably just pray for a minute for them. That is all we do. In the same situation, if one of our close, somebody who we know, if they were in the same disaster or situation, the amount of attachment that we would have towards the same incident increases multifold. We are so worried about them, and if at all something has happened to them, it is very difficult for us to bear. We cry and weep. Same thing with success also. If somebody succeeds, we feel jealous. Same thing if somebody very close to us succeeds. It might be a competition. It might be a position. It might be a promotion. It might be some amount of wealth. We feel happy when it happens to somebody that is close to us or to ourselves. If we are able to bring that tagline of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam into practice, where we see the whole world as one single family, then anybody's success would make us happy, and anybody's failure would make us sad. Beyond all that, it gives you an equanimity. It says neither success nor failure is going to affect you. When everybody becomes your family, neither success nor failure will affect you. Because on one side there will be a huge success, and on the other side there will be abject failures. Both these would be happening simultaneously. That you will have to maintain an equanimous poise. That is why you have to give up the attachment to this kith and kin. Bandhu sneham vijahyam. May give up this deep attachment that is there towards them. Whatever happens is because of Maya, is because of their own karmas, because of my karma, our own doings of previous janmas. Let me understand this. Nothing happens in an unfair manner. We do not know the whole picture, so we think it is unfair. Bandhu sneham vijahyam avahi karunaya. But how do I let go of this attachment? Only because of your compassion. You should help me take out these attachments. Tavahi karunaya, O Bhagavan, tvayubhaveshitatma. If I take out these attachments from here, it is human to be attached. So let me keep that attachment only towards you, who are eternal. Let my mind be attached only towards you. Tvayubhaveshitatma sarvam tyaktva chareyam. I will leave everything and let me roam about. Sakalamapi jagat vikshya maya vilasam. Let me look upon this world like a magician's illusion. Whatever happens in his illusion, it is all just like the dream. It might seem true at that point of time while it is happening, but we know that it is not really true. Let me also look upon the act of this world in similar manner. As Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. We just come here as actors. We act our own parts. We meet various people, various things, various possessions, and we exit the stage again. And this goes on and on. But our real self is different. When an actor acts on the stage, he might be completely into his character. He would act wonderfully well. But at no point of time does he forget his own self. He will not forget who he is. Similarly, in this world, let me act, let me look at everything that is happening in this world. But let me not forget your feet. Let me not forget my own self. Vikshya maya vilasam nanatvad bhrakti janyat. There is nanatva. There is variety in this creation. And all that is because of bhranti, because of the illusion, because of ignorance. There is only Brahman. Instead of seeing that infinite Brahman, I am seeing that Jagat upon it. I am seeing the universe. I am seeing some kind of projection which I call as creation. I see multiple things. I see myself, I see others, I see relationships, I see possessions. I see things happening around me. I perceive so many other things. All these I see so much variety. And all this is that singular Brahman. Nanatvat bhranti janyat. Sadi khalu gunadoshavabodhe vidhirva. And when I see it, I see something as good and something else as bad. This guna and dosha buddhi. Whenever we interact with some person, we immediately judge them, knowingly or unknowingly, based upon our own biases, our own uh, mental makeup, the way we have been brought up. When we go to a different culture and see, we start thinking, oh, this is not right, that is not right, this is wrong, that is wrong. They come here and they judge us in the same way. When the Brahma Vastu is one, where can there be guna or dosha? All this should be understood importantly from the Paramarthika level. In this universe, in this creation, there will be differences. There will be good, there will be bad. You have to act according to what is there. But when you want to understand the truth behind all of that, when you realize the self from the Paramarthika standpoint, there can neither be good nor can there be bad. Good and bad itself are projections in this universe. On the same rope, you might see a snake or you might see a garland. When you think of a garland, you might start smelling fragrances. When at the same time, if you see a snake, you might think it is poisonous. You might think it is danger. But there is neither. There is just a rope over there. There is neither a garland nor is there a snake. All those are whatever has been made up by your mind. Guna doshavabodhe. Uddhava gives this advice in Bhagavata to Krishna gives the advice to Uddhava. Guna dosha drishir doshaha gunastu ubhaya varjitaha. In this sloka, seeing this as guna and dosha, as a good virtue or a quality, and something as bad, this itself is a dosha. That is the dosha. You seeing things as good and bad is what is dosha. Rising beyond good and bad is guna. Guna dosha drishir doshaha. Gunastu ubhaya varjitaha. That is the dharma that he is saying here. Guna doshavabodhe. Vidhirva vyasedhova. All our scriptures talk about what is to be done and what is not to be done. We started today's lecture also with such a discussion. Vidhi and Nishedha, they are called. Bhattacharya uses the word Vyasedha instead of Nishedha, which also means what is prohibited. Some things have to be done and some things are prohibited. For a Paramahamsa sannyasi, for a jnani, there is neither Vidhi nor Nishedha. There is nothing to be done at all. There is no activity that he performs. So there can neither be something that is to be done or something that is not to be done. Vidhirva vyasedho va katham tau tvayi nihidamatehe vita vaishamya buddhehe. For a person where there is no Vaishamya refers to this notion of differences. The same thing as we saw as Nanantvad. That this is different from that, that is different from that. When you see the same Atma Swarupa everywhere, the same Brahman everywhere, that Ekatmatva Bhava is there, then there is no Vaishamya Buddhi, there is no difference. Then how can there be either Vidhi or Nishedha? How can there be Guna or Dosha? Neither can exist. Only that Brahman, infinite Brahman exists. All this multiplicity will not exist at all. So let me become like that. Vyasedhova katham do tvayi nihitamatehe. For one whose mind is absorbed in you, all this will not affect him at all. He knows all of these to be Maya Vilasa. So nothing is going to be that Vaishamya Buddhe. Kshutrishna Lopamatre Satata Kritadhiyaha Jantavasantyanantaha Tebhyo Vijnanavatvad Purushaiha Varaha Tajjanir Durlabhaiva. In this world, there are so many various varieties of things that are born, varieties of creatures, and all of them are mainly after two things: after food and something to drink. Kshut and Trishna. Kshut is hunger. Kshutrishna lopamatre. Anything in this world is behind these. Satata kritadhiyaha, always behind food. Jantavasantyanantaha. There are countless number of beings that are like that. So by food, he does not mean only the physical food that we eat. It is also the desires that we have. Whatever we consume through our various senses is all food. Jantavasantyanantaha tebhyo vijnanavatvat. Among them, man is differentiated only because of this vijnana that he has, only because of the viveka that he has. And this janma, this birth of being born as a human being itself is very difficult to get. And when he is born as a human being, he should use this faculty of discrimination, of viveka. Of viveka itself means discriminating between that which is temporary and that which is permanent. That which is the basis of everything, that which is eternal, and that which is transient. That is what is called viveka, and that is what man has. All other creatures, if you see, they run after immediate pleasures. They probably a few places you can see, a little long term they can think. But man is the only creature who can think in a manner that says, what will the other person feel if I do like this? What is going to happen to the other person? There is a complicated thinking with man where he has the concept of good and bad, which is what Bhattatri wants to move beyond. To move beyond that, you have to understand that Gunadosha Vidhir Vyasedhova, he said in the fact, I am able to differentiate between these two. I am able to differentiate between Preyas and Shreyas, as Kathoparishad calls it. That which is beneficial in the long term and that which is a short term good. Preyas is a short term good, Shreyas is a long term good. Man is able to differentiate between these two and work towards long term benefit. Tebhyo vijnanavatvat. So in that vijnana, man is not impelled by either hunger or thirst. He is not impelled just by his carnal tendencies. The other Subhashitakara also says, Ahara nidra bhaya maithunani samanyametat pashubhyat naranam. There are few things that are equivalent to both normal animals and men, human beings. Ahara, food, nidra, sleep, bhaya, that is fear, and maithuna, which is reproduction, population. All these four are common between animals and men. What differentiates a human being is dharma, is that viveka. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko visheshaha. Dharmena hina pashubhis samanaha. Those who do not have this dharma are equivalent to animals. There is no difference. He might as well have had the birth of any animal, which is driven only by its natural and carnal tendencies, not by any higher purpose. There is no other creature in this creation which thinks of a higher purpose, which thinks of the meaning of life, except humans. So that is that vijnana which has been given to the humans and which has to be used, that faculty of discrimination has to be used. Tajjanir durlabhaiva. I have got that kind of a human birth, O Bhagavan. Tatrapyatma-atmanasyat sukrutapicharipuhu yastvayim yastachetaha tapo chitte rupayam smarati sahi sukrute swatma vairi tatonyaha. Even a person born as a human being can be in two different ways, O Bhagavan. He could either be a friend to himself, or he could be an enemy towards himself. This is the famous verse in Bhagavad Gita also, which is same verse is almost verbatim quoted in the Uddhava Gita. Uddhared atmanatmanam atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. One is one's own friend and one is one's own enemy. What does it mean? The way you model your mind, the way you chisel your mind, if it is towards a higher purpose, you become your own friend. The mind becomes your friend. Else, the mind becomes your enemy if it is given to desires and pleasures. And all it is running behind is only those pleasures, then it becomes your enemy. So here Bhattatri says, it could be Suhrit or it could be Ripuhu. And that mind which is at your feet, Tvayim yastachetaha, it is only at your feet. Tapo chittehe upayam smarati. And therefore, being absorbed in you, it seeks for the eradication of all these sorrows, these material sorrows, of this transient existence that we have. That is Suhrit. That is a friendly mind. So then you become a friend to yourself. Then you make use of this human birth. If this is not done, anything else that you do, whatever it be, swatma vairi tatonyaha, he becomes an enemy to himself, nothing else. That human being becomes an enemy to themselves. Tvat karunye pravritte kaiva nahi guruhu lokavritte vibhumanne sarvakranta vibhumihi nahi chalati tataha satkshamam shikshayeyam. So here Bhattatri begins the list of the gurus that Avadhuta was delineating, and he says, when we have your grace, O Bhagavan, when your grace is there upon us, everything in this world can become a guru to us. I have previously mentioned in Bhagavata, Guru, Atma, and Ishvara are seen as the same thing. There is no difference between these three. Guru, Atma, and Ishvara. It is exactly the same. And in many places, if you do the Parayana of Bhagavata, you will see these three words appear together again and again and again. That Guru Tattva is the Atma Tattva, but Atma Tattva is Ishvara Tattva. So if you are able to see Ishvara in everything, everything becomes Guru to you. You become that you should either be infinite or be infinitesimal. Both are equivalent. There is nothing. There is nothing other than Bhagavan. So I am absolutely nothing. There is no ego of mine. There is no I at all. When you become like that, everything starts teaching you. Everything becomes a guru. That is where he begins. The second line, it starts with the first guru. Sarvakrantapi bhumihi nahi chalati tataha satkshamam shikshayeyam. Even though the earth is overcome by so much burden and so much trouble that everyone gives it, it is being badly used. We dig and we do what not with the earth. We drill so deep. We break it. We test so many kinds of things on the earth. We dump it. We pollute it. And still it bears everything that we do. Sarvakranta. Akranta means attacked or being badly used in various ways. This Bhumi, the earth, is my first guru. That even though it so much is done to it, it bears everything with an equanimity. Sat kshamam shikshayeyam. Kshama means forbearance. It just bears everything with no retaliation. Let me also have that kind of forbearance. Let me be able to bear whatever insults, whatever people throw at me, whatever bad they do to me, whether it be physical, whether it be mental, whether it be verbal. Whatever they do, let me be able to bear everything and digest everything, and let me not retaliate. I should just digest it. I should be the end of it all. Sat kshamam shikshayeyam. First Guru was earth. Grinhiyam isha taptad vishaya parichaye pyaprasaktim samirad. Second Guru is the wind. Let me learn being non-attached from the wind. The wind goes everywhere. Air is present everywhere. But it does not get attached to whatever that is there. Color does not stick to it. It is touching everything of all various colors, but those colors do not stick to it. The smell that wafts through the air also, the smell does not belong to the air itself. Wherever it is coming from, it carries that particular smell. If it comes from a very fragrant garden, we get that kind of a smell of wonderful flowers. If the same thing came from a gutter, you would get a very bad smell. So the air just carries whatever is there, but it is not attached to that. There is no attachment to the air. So let me be like the wind, which has no attachment at all, which just keeps flowing through. Vishaya parichayepi aprasaktim. Even though it is in contact with all the objects of the world, there is no attachment towards it. Similarly, let me be in this world, but let me not be attached to anything. Or let me be even higher. Vyaptatvanchatmano me gagana guru vashat dhatu nirlepata cha. Let me be like the space, Akasha, that is all pervasive. Akasha is very close to Atma. Vedas say, Atmana Akasha Sambhutaha. From the Atman came Akasha. So metaphorically, poetically, if we see, Akasha is the son of Atma. The son has very close resemblance to his father. Just like Atman is all pervasive and does not stick to anything, similarly Akasha also is not affected by anything. Bhagavan gives an example in Bhagavad Gita, Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham na upalipyate. Sarvatravasthito dehe tathatma nopalipyate. Just like this Akasha, because it is subtle, it does not stick to anything. Space is present everywhere. At least if you see in air, it carries smell. Space, nothing can touch it. Neither smell nor color nor sound. Nothing can touch Akasha. Akasha does not get affected by anything that is there. But it is the basis for everything. Without it, nothing can exist. Everything exists in Akasha. If Akasha were not there, nothing could be there. So Akasha is the basis for everything. But at the same time, it is not affected by anything. So let me be all pervasive. Let me understand that I myself am like Akasha. I am Sarvagata. I am everywhere. I am all pervasive. But Bhatu Nirlepatacha. Let me also know that I am free from all kinds of taints. I am not tainted by anything. Bhatu Nirlepatacha. So 3 gurus, Bhumi, Vayu and Akasha. The 4th guru, Swachhasyam Pavanoham Madhura Udakavad, is water. From water, what did I learn? I am pure. Swachhaha. Let me be pure. Not only am I myself pure, I can make other things clean. Pavanoham. Water is the only thing with which we can clean everything else. Whatever dirt, whatever is there, we use water to clean it. Even if we do abhisheka using milk or any other dravya that is there for Bhagavan, we use water at the end and clean everything else. You do not use petrol or something to clean. Everywhere we use water to clean. Water is the purifier. Swachhasyam pavanoham madhuraha. Let me also be sweet like water. Water has an inherent sweetness. Let me have that inherent sweetness within me. So in Tarka Shastra, they say water has an inherent sweetness. We say when we drink water, we don't feel that taste. Then they say, you see this gooseberry that is there. If you eat the gooseberry, you won't find it sweet. It has its own kind of taste. After you eat the gooseberry, if you drink water, then you will have a very sweet taste. That is the taste of water. So water has a sweet taste. That is how the Tarkikas say that water has a sweet taste. So let me also be sweet like water. Let me be pure. Let me be a purifier. Let me be sweet. Swachhasyam pavanoham madhura udakavat banhivanmasmagranham sarvannino vidosham. The fifth guru is the fire. Let me be like fire. Whatever the fire consumes, it does not affect the fire. The fire keeps burning. Whatever comes into contact with fire just vanishes. It just combusts and there's nothing left of it. Similarly, whatever object I see in this world, whatever I come in contact with, whatever I may eat through all my five senses, whatever I take inside, let me just combust everything like the fire does and nothing should remain. Sarvaninopi. Whether it is a good thing or bad thing, whatever you throw into the fire, it just burns down. Dosham. So even if there are something bad in this world I come into contact with, they should all just get digested within me. They should all just get burnt up. Like how the fire burns things. Not only that, Tarushu tamivamam sarvabhuteshvaveya. The fire exists within all trees. So those days, fire was, if you had to get fire, you would take two branches of wood, dry branches, and then rub them together. So fire is there in a subtle form within all wood. When you rub it together, then the fire comes out. Similarly, let me understand that Atma is there everywhere. Sarva bhuteshu aveyam. All various creatures, the Atman is there. Just like fire is there within the wood. The same thing Dhruva also says while praising Bhagavan. That just like fire is present within every wood, you are present in every living creature and every non-living creature also. In everything you are present, just like fire. So I learned, let me learn this from fire, that you are there everywhere and this Atma Swarupa is there everywhere. Sarva Bhuteshvaveyam. Five gurus of the five bhutas are over. Sixth guru. Pushtirnashtih kalaram shashina ivatamoho natmanosti vidyam. The moon, we see various phases of the moon. 16 different phases of the moon we see. Slowly grows in the Shukla Paksha and then wanes again, waxes and wanes. But the moon itself does not change. What we see of the moon changes. The moon itself does not change. So Pushtihi is increase and Nashtihi is decrease, destruction. So the various colors of the moon, they increase and decrease. They go up and down. But the moon itself is unchanging. The original Swarupa of the moon does not change. Similarly, let me understand that this Atma Swarupa also does not change at all. The change may come to the body. The changes might happen in this creation that we see, in this jagat that we see. We are born, we grow, we change, we become old, we get diseases, we die. All these changes are only for the body, but not for the Atma Swarupa. Let me understand this. Na Atmanaha asti dividyam toyadi vyasthamartandavadapi chatanushu ekatam tvatprasadat. Not only that this Atma Swarupa does not have increase or decrease, it does not change. There is only a single Atma Swarupa. How do I understand that? From the seventh Guru, the sun, I understand that if there were a lot of pots that were kept here with water inside them, then in each of those pots, in the reflection, I would see a different sun. And I can think that there are 1,000 different suns in 1,000 different pots. But the original sun is only a single sun. All these are reflections. If the pot was broken or the water was thrown outside, then there is no sun. It is not that the sun is destroyed. Oh, the sun went away, you cannot cry for it. The original sun always exists, and it is only one sun. There are not multiple suns. Toyadi vyasta martandavat. Martanda refers to sun. Ekatam tvatprasadat. Similarly, in all the creatures, that single Atma Swarupa, it is just reflected in this Antahkarana, in this mind of ours, it is reflected. But there is only the single Atma Swarupa that is there everywhere. I learned this by seeing the sun, my seventh Guru. Snehad vyadhatta putra pranaya mrita kapotayitaha masma bhuvam. Next is the story of a pigeon. There was a hunter who laid out a net to catch pigeons. An older pigeon, probably the head of the family, it knew, it has seen this kind of trap before. So it told all its family members, do not get into this trap. It is a trap by a hunter. So do not fall for this. The hunter comes there and puts some food. Immediately all of them go and get trapped there. They forget about the net and they go behind food and they get trapped in the net. The older pigeon, the more experienced pigeon also, wanting to help them or wanting to be one with them in both sorrow and happiness, he also goes there and he also gets trapped. It is because of his attachment towards his close kith and kin that he also unnecessarily gets trapped, even though he knows it is a trap. That is why Bhattati started Dashakam with Bandhu Sneham Vichakya. Even if you are in this path of Adhyatma, each person has to be selfish. They are the only one on that path. There is nobody else along with them. You are singular on that path. You have to catch hold of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is the only shelter. There is no other shelter on the path towards Godhead. On the path towards self-realization, it is your own self. Nobody else can realize it for you. Nobody else can give it to you. It is you yourself who has to realize with the anugraha of the Guru Tattva, which is all pervasive, which is that singular Atma Swarupa. So do not let me be bound by attachments in this world like that old pigeon. Mrita kapotayitaha masma bhuvam. Pranaya mritaha. Because of attachment, it also died. It also got caught by that hunter. And all of them met their end. May also not be like that. Praptam prashnan saheyak shudham api shayuvat. Shayu refers to a python. A python eats only whatever it gets. It does not go hunting for food. Whatever comes close by, it will catch hold of it and eat it. Let me also be like that. All these are dharmas for sannyasis. For those who have given up the world, these are dharma. That is how you have to be. Whatever you get, you stay happy with that. Do not hanker after possessions. If I do not get food for a day, I just stay. That is how a python stays. We saw in Rishabhyogishwar Charita in Dashakam 20, Shayuvratam Gomrgakakacharya. That Shayuvrata is the woe of being like a python, which the Paramahamsa sannyasis undertake. If I get food, I will eat. If I don't, that is Bhagavad Chitta, I will not eat. Just like a python. So let me also get that kind of a vairagya. Praise Bhattatri to Bhagavan. Shayuvat Sindhuvatsya Agadha. Let me be limitless like the ocean. Agadha is something that is extremely deep. Sindhuvatsya Agadha. And Agadha is also very serene. So many rivers come and fall into the ocean. It rains in the ocean. But still the ocean just does not come across its borders. Just stays calm, you see. That is, let me also be like that ocean. Whatever comes inside me, I just keep calm. Just like that. Sindhuvatsyamagadha Mapaptam Yoshidadu Shikhini Shalabhavat Mapaptam. Let me not fall for young women. Yoshidadu. Bhattatri is a male, he says young women. It is other case for women. Do not fall for men, for attractive men. Mapaptam Yoshidadu. Let me not fall for lust, for desire. Let me not be attracted everywhere by just beauty. Let that not happen to me. Because that is a fall from the spiritual plane. Once you are attracted indiscriminately, then there is no going back. It is a very difficult path backwards. If we fall into lust, Mapaptam Yoshidadau how Shikhini Shalabhavat. The moth, you see, it rushes towards fire, thinking that prakasha is something that will give it energy, and it gets destroyed in the fire. Nowadays, we use that to catch hold of mosquitoes and moths. You see, in many places, you have that ultraviolet blue light. All the mosquitoes and other small insects, they go towards that light. They think that that light is going to give it something, some sukha. They go to it because they think they are going to get some happiness, some joy. They are going to get something out of it. But once they go there, they meet their end. Similarly, let me not be attracted by this unnecessary lust and desire, and let me not fall into that trap. Seen so many historical places where stories we have heard, where people are attracted by the opposite sex, and therefore they give up their character, they lose their character, they lose their purity. There is a fall from grace, not only in this world, but on their own adhyatma marga, there is a fall. Let that not happen to me, O Bhagavan. Mapaptam yoshidadu shikhini shalabhavat. So this moth is also a guru to me. It is the guru of the opposite kind. It tells me what I should not be doing. I should not fall for these kinds of desires. Bhringavatsarabhagi. Let me be like a bee. From the bee, I learn both positive and negative things. Let me be like a bee, such that the bee goes to each flower and takes only the essence of the flower. The flower has many things, but what the bee requires is only the honey. It does not disturb the flower. If you say once the honey is taken, nothing happens to the flower. Rather, if the bee goes from one flower to another, it is well pollinated. It helps the flowers. So it does not destroy the flower, but it takes whatever is the essence, whatever is necessary, it takes from the flower. So let me also be like that. From everyone, let me take whatever is essential. And let me not be of any kind of harm towards them. Let me not be a hurdle to them. Brinkavat sarabhagi bhuyasam. Let me be like that. But let me not be like the bee in another manner. Kintu tadvad dhanachayana mahamisha pranesham. The bee goes towards its destruction in two ways. One, if it spends a lot of time on the same flower, the flower itself closes at the end of the day, and then it is stuck inside, and the bee dies there. It loses itself. We see it sometimes when we find a mango fruit. You cut open the fruit, there is a bee inside that, which during the flower stage itself got stuck within that. Or this happens a lot more in the lotuses, where big flowers they close exactly at sunset, and the bee is stuck inside and it dies. Why? Because it was greedy for that honey and it did not get out in time. Let me not be like greedy like that. Also, all that the bee does is it takes everything and goes and stores it in a place. It does not eat it. It probably eats very little, but it stores all of that in that honeycomb that we see on a lot of trees and nowadays even in urban buildings. It builds combs and it stores everything over there. And one day somebody comes, destroys it and takes all the honey away. Whatever it, so much hard work that it put into storing that honey, each bee flew for so many kilometers and it got honey drop by drop, drop by drop and stored it there, that comb. And somebody else comes, destroys everything and takes everything away. Let me not be like that. Let me not be towards hoarding of wealth. If I keep hoarding wealth here, dhana chayana vashat. Unnecessarily, if I keep hoarding more and more wealth without either using them or giving them away for charity, then at one point of time it is all going to be destroyed, just like the bees thing is destroyed. Bhartrihari, the poet, said there are only three ways for money. Either you do bhoga of it, or you do dana, or it is going to be destroyed. Tisraha gatayo bhavanti vittasya yo nadadati na bhukte tasya tatiyagatir bhavati. Danam bhogo nashas tisraha. So either give it in charity, or you can use it for yourself for various bhogas, for various things in this world. Or the third thing is going to get destroyed. In one way or the other, it is not going to be of any use to you. That is nasha. Danam bhogo nashastisraha gatayo bhavanti vittasya yo nadadati na bhukte tasya tatiya gatir bhavati. One more subhashita that says, very similar idea. Pipirikarjitam dhanyam makshika sanchitam madhu. That those grains which are hoarded by ants, these ants take all these grains, sugar, molecules, everything, and they take and store it in some place. They don't eat everything at a time. They keep storing. One day that whole the ant hill itself is broken, or a snake enters that ant hill, something happens. And all the ants have to go away, leaving everything there. All that is lost. So, pipilika architam dhanyam, makshika sanchitam madhu. The bees, they collect all the honey and they store it in the honeycomb. One day everything is destroyed and taken away. Similarly, lubdhena sanchitam dravyam. The over greedy person who hoards a lot of wealth, keeps collecting wealth. He neither uses them nor gives them away. Nothing he does. He simply keeps collecting them. Samulam hi vinashyati. Together, everything together, they will all be washed away. Not one drop will remain. Everything will be destroyed in a moment. Samulam hi vinashyati. Like that. Tadvad dhanachayana vashat mahamisha pranesham. May not be destroyed like that bee. So from the bee, I learned both positive and negative traits. Mavadhyasam tarunya gajagiva vashaya. Let me not be caught in the glances of women. How just like the elephant, you all know, to catch an elephant, if you have to catch a female elephant, a male elephant is used. If a male elephant has to be caught, a female elephant is used. You go to the forest with a male elephant, and it tries to attract the female elephant, an elephant of the opposite gender, and they dig a huge pit or something and cover it with nice food stuff, maybe with bananas, some leaves or something that the elephant likes. And that elephant, listening to this elephant's call, wanting to mate or wanting to be with this elephant, it comes running, and it has found a potential partner, and then it comes and falls inside that pit, and that is how these humans capture that elephant. So it was attracted by somebody else, and due to this attraction, it got bound. So let me not be attracted like that. Mabadhyasam tarunya gajaiva vashaya narjayeyam dhanaugam hartanyastam hi madhvi haraiva mrigavat. So let me not accumulate wealth. So very similar to the previous shloka last time, he said, if the flower closes, the bee dies. The other part which I explained is what is explained here. Narjayeyam dhanogam hartanyastam hi madhvi hara. Just like the bee stores everything in a place, like that, let me not hoard wealth like that. So somebody else will take it away. I will not have any possession over that wealth. So there is no use. Mrigavan muham gramya geetaihi. Let me not be attracted by gramya geeta. That is the kind of music that attracts you but is of no use. Mamaham gramya geetaihi. Vulgar music and sweet sounding talk. This is what is gramya geeta. Either it is gossip. Gossip is very liked by everyone. Gossip is two kinds. One, you praise yourself. Something about yourself everyone likes. Or talking bad about somebody else. This is what gossip is. This is what Gramya Gita is. Keep talking to each other about only these things. It leads to nothing. Absolutely useless. And the other part of Gramya Gita is vulgar music. The kind of music that attracts you, that is very nice to listen, but it only binds you with the senses. It creates passions that are unnecessary. That is why there's a difference between divine music and vulgar music, which we know, but we are attracted towards vulgar music. It is very important to keep children shielded from that kind of music also. Nowadays, that kind of music is available everywhere. Blares out through speakers. It is there through all kinds of cinema and movies, and through TVs and whatnot. So that kind of music itself triggers various kinds of passions and things within a person, which is unnecessary, which is not fit for spiritual growth, which is not fit for the path of Adhyatma. As a child, I used to think that there are more number of music upon devatas than the other kind of music. I thought cinema music itself is very little music. And as I grew older itself, only I understood that there are various other kinds of music which are overpowering this music. And very few people actually understand this divine music that is there. So that is the kind of shield at least children should have, so that they are not unnecessarily exposed to various things which are not required at that stage of life. Later they can understand that what is necessary, what is not necessary. You see, a lot of the cinema music, just by their beats, just by their words, they attract. You might not understand the meaning at all. The lyrics makes no sense. Most of the music, the lyrics make no sense. But they are somewhat attractive. The tune that is there, the beats that are there, you keep wanting to be listening to it again and again and again. Just a few words that are very attractive, though they make no sense, absolutely no sense. That is how the audience are captured. And by singing that repeatedly, it keeps playing in your mind the whole day or hours together, whenever you're doing some other work. Instead of that, the same thing, if some other divine music, the Divyanama was playing in your head, that would help in Chitta Shuddhi. This does not help in Chitta Shuddhi. This rather binds you with objects, binds you with material objects, that Gramya Gita. And all of us are only pulled towards that nowadays. That is why in Karnataka Sangeeta you have, it is, the core itself is Dharma. It is called Shabda Brahma. You see the Trimurtis of Karnataka Sangeeta. Their core was Bhagavan, their own Ishtadevata, whoever it might be. And the music is composed only around Bhagavan. Ramana Maharshi once said, and somebody asked him, all these Trimurtis, they attained Bhagavan by singing about him. So can we also not attain Bhagavan by singing about him? Bhagavan, Ramana Maharshi said, Ava Padi Adayalavoi, Adanchanta Padina. Whatever they attained, they sang about that. They did not attain that by singing. So that Shabda Brahman comes out, flows out as this music, as divine music. So if you are able to use their compositions, those compositions which came out of that mystical divine ecstasy, that is going to give you, grant you Chitta Shuddhi. That is going to elevate you to that level. You might not be able to create compositions like that. They are not mere swaras. They are not mere intellectual gymnastics, putting few various notes together. It is not some theoretical composition. You sit down, write some notes, and that is how you sing about them. That is not how it works. That music itself has an innate divinity within it, because it comes out of the penance. It comes out of devotion. It comes out of surrender to the Lord. That is Divya Gita, as opposed to Gramya Gita. But Gramya Gita is what captures, enraptures the general populace. And that is what is played out everywhere. That is what we get most through social media, through so many other methods, through WhatsApp and whatnot nowadays. We are attracted only towards that kind of music. So let me not let this ears go towards that music and be bound to that. Mamuham mrigavat, mamuham gramya geetaihi. What is the example for that? The deer. The hunter plays on his flute. He plays various notes on his flute and attracts the deer. Once the deer comes close by, he captures the deer and uses it for his own purposes, for its meat or for whatever he requires. That is how a deer is captured. Because of sound, it is captured. Amuham gramya geetaihi natya sajjeya bhojye jhashaiva balishe. The other thing which is attracted by its tongue because of food is the fish. Fish are captured only by that food. You put a small food that the fish likes, and that is how fishing is done. You let it go and the fish comes and tries to catch hold of it, and immediately it is pulled out of water and it loses its life because it is attracted towards that food. It wants to eat. Because of its tongue, it is captured and it loses its life. Bhojye. So gaining control over this tongue is extremely difficult. Again, there is a Subhashita which says, Jihve pramanam janihi bhashane bhojane picha atyukti adibhuktischa satyah pranapharini. Learn to control your tongue in two ways. One is in eating, the other is in speaking. If you are able to control your tongue in these two things, then you have a good path ahead for you. If you are not able to control in both these things, then either of it could lead to a problem for your life itself. If you eat too much, there could be problems, health problems, so many other things. If you speak words which are not fit for the occasion, which are hurtful, which are not correct, or if you, whenever you speak unnecessarily extra, that types of lies can come inside. Whatever you did not intend can happen. Then also problems are caused. So learn to catch hold of your tongue in both these, both in food and in speech. नात्या सज्जेय भोज्ये झषैव बलिशे पिङ्गलावन्निराशः सुव्यां भर्तव्ययोगात्. Let me be like the Pingala who slept soundly without any desire. Pingala is another story in Bhagavata. She was this courtesan who used to wait upon men, whoever used to go. If she used to find a man for that night who she can please, she used to take some money from him and please that man. This is how she was going on with her life. A very beautiful woman. And she used to trade her beauty in this manner. And that is how she used to earn wealth. So she also sees this Avadhuta with extreme joy on his face. But he is not attracted towards her. But she has some deep devotion towards him that arises within her because of some purva samskara. And once she sees him, that he is not attached to anything in this world, she understands that this attachment with every man is causing her bondage. And she has to give up all this attachment. The desire, it should be given up. One who is desireless, like that Avadhuta, is going to be happy, is going to be joyful. Pingalavan nirashaha. So she gives that up and she surrenders completely to the Lord and she attains mukti. So let me be like that Pingala. The beautiful shloka in Bhagavata there is Ashahi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham. The cause for all dukkha, for all sorrow is desire. Ashahi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham. Desirelessness is going to give you great joy. Only because we desire something, then if we do not get it in possession, then we feel sorrowful. If we get it in possession, after some days it starts giving problems or it goes away from possession or it gets destroyed. One of these three things happen, that joy goes away. The joy is very ephemeral. It stays only for a few moments. It just passes away. And always any possession is a cause for dukkha. If you have a lot of wealth, then you keep thinking, how do I protect this wealth? How do I increase the wealth? What if the wealth just goes away? What if there is some emergency and all the wealth is gone? It is not only with physical desires, something that you possess or something. Every anger that arises within you is because of a desire. Every judgment that you make about someone else is because of a desire. You desire that the other person should be of a particular manner, of a particular behavior, according to your particular standards. You desire that from the other person. You desire that they should conform to that society. They should conform to your family. They should conform to particular practices. All these are desires within us, which are samskaras from previous janmas of this janma. It could be anywhere. All these are desires. When that conformity, when that behavior does not happen, then there is anger within yourself. There is judgment. There is a misunderstanding. When someone does not tell you something, you desire that they say, they communicate it to you, but they do not. Then you feel angry that it has not been communicated to you. If you are in a position of power or authority, you desire that those under you do that work in a particular manner. If it is not done according to that, then you feel angry. All these are due to desire. They all, desire causes dukkha, nothing else. It has to be sat and analyzed and it has to be meditated upon. Ashahi paramam dukkham. Pingalavan nirashaha nirashyam paramam sukham ittam sutyajya kantyasham sukham sushvapa Pingala. So she slept happily. From that night onwards, no men. But she slept extremely peacefully. Understand, having given up desire, having given up attachment, there was nothing that could affect her. Pingala nirashaha supyam bhartavya yogat kuraraiva vibho samisho nirnahanye. Amisha means meat. There is this pakshi called kurara, a bird called kurara. That is actually a very small bird. It goes and tries to get some meat which is fallen somewhere. And then it is attacked by other birds which are stronger and more powerful, like eagles and vultures. And it either does not get the food or it is killed by the bigger birds. Desiring this meat, it went rushing behind that, whereas it met its own end under other powerful birds. It wanted to snatch the meat, but other birds killed it. So this Kurara wanted to guard its own possessions, that meat which it had come across. But it was defeated by other birds. Kuraraivevo samishoha. Let me not be the cause of jealousy for anyone else. If you have possessions, you are cause for jealousy for everyone. Let me not be like that. Let me be separate from that. Praise Bhattatri to Guru Ayappa one by one Guru. There are a few more Gurus to go ahead. Let us see the remaining Gurus and other shlokas in the following discourses. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Hara Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva Sadguru Swaminaha Jai Yato Mamatma Bhavasi Tvameva Tato Navajyam Mama Kinchidasti Yatha Taveshtam Kurumam Tatheva Tvam Atmanatham Ramanam Jai.